this will certainly be recorded in history as the most quiet dry Songkran festival ever because of these very special circumstances. Songkran Day, Family Day went by without any celebration or festivities, and not even the traditional ways of paying respects to the elderly in the families. All this was made impossible because of the pandemic.
Yes, but it's quite crucial that we have to keep our guard high, as we've been told by COVID-19 Situation Administration Center, in which even though the number of new infections seems to be on downward trend, but we cannot be too complacent with the situation. And today, the new infection today is 30 new confirmed cases and 2 more deaths. And the number of total recovery is 92. Kun Thepchai.
Yeah, no, in time like this, figures that show improvement in the situation certainly should offer us some encouragement. But it's very important that they should not give us a sense of false security, a false sense of security, and lead us to complacency. Otherwise, medical experts are concerned that it could lead us back to square one. Of course, this has happened in some other countries. You see the number of new infections come down and quickly relax the precautionary measures. And the result is a rebound of infection. So the catchphrase from Dr. Tavisin Visuruyotin, the spokesman of the Coronavirus Center, again today is don't lower our guard. Yes, we have seen the worst, but we still need to be vigilant.
Yes, exactly. Especially, he said today, even the infection, the confirmed cases are on downward trend, but disturbing factor is more infection from family members who live in the same household. And that can be the result of curfew, because after 10 o'clock, it means all the family members have to share the same living space in confined, limited space, and that can create more infection. So the warning, the suggestion is for all of us to wear facial masks even in the same household to try to prevent the infection as much as we can.
Of course, the authorities are aware of people's impatience in being confined to their home and not being able to come out at night because of the curfews. But of course, we still cannot lower our guard and have to be vigilant. That means that we may have to put up with all these rigorous measures in the foreseeable future. And of course, there have been a lot of questions as to when these measures will be relaxed or be lifted. And it looks like the Prime Minister, General Prayut Chan-o-cha, today had an answer, Gunnatha.
Yes, he perhaps is looking at the trend quite anxiously as well, and he must have heard all the response from Thai population in general, who quite look forward to see how all the measures can be eased. But today he said he will have to go for the evaluation of the whole situation, whether to lift curfew. But we all need to be aware that we are under state of emergency still. And Prime Minister said stringent measures still have to be maintained at this point. Kun Thepchai.
Yes, we all remember that the state of emergency, which led to the imposition of the curfew, was declared and took effect on the 26th of March. And it would be in effect for a month. So a month's time will be up on the 26th of April. That is about less than 2 weeks away. And the Prime Minister said today that by that time, the government should be able to make an assessment of the impact of the curfew and other measures under the emergency decree to see whether any restriction could be relaxed or lifted. But he stressed the importance of doing these in a step-by-step manner. Which means that certainly we won't expect to see a sudden lifting or complete relaxation of all these measures in the foreseeable future.
He said he is quite happy, quite satisfied with the downward trend of the new infection cases in Thailand, but we cannot be too complacent and cannot underestimate the overall situation. And the direction of the measure will have to be assessed, what will have to be changed and to be lifted from the more stringent measure to a bit more relaxed. So we have to see the situation. But he said the priority is to still to curb the pandemic in the country.
But of course, another major concern that the Prime Minister talked about today was the problem with a lot of people who could not get access to the cash handouts, the 5,000 baht monthly giveaway by the government. And as you all know that yesterday there was a small rally by a number of people, dozens of them. These people apply for the cash handouts but were rejected. So they rallied at the Finance Ministry yesterday, and that was certainly a cause of concern for the Prime Minister, who today took pains to try to explain that a lot of assistance will be coming along, and the 5,000 baht cash handout is only part of the measures to help relieve the burden caused by the impact from the coronavirus. And he gave an assurance that the government is working on a series of measures that would address the grievances of all the sectors of the society being impacted by the coronavirus. But he made a very interesting point. He said, because of the shortage of money in the state coffer at the moment, he said that the 5,000 baht cash handout can be made available to the people only for this month. And the rest of the money will be made available only after the executive decree that permit the government to borrow money takes effect. That would be a few months from now, because this thing has to go through the parliament, the House of Representatives, before it can be implemented legally.
So it will be quite a long procedure for people to get 5,000 baht cash handout in order to alleviate financial difficulty at the moment.